In this video, I would like to talk about facilitation. Now, before I share my understanding of facilitation, let's read the definition of facilitation. So, facilitation is helping a group, identifying common objective and offering group process to achieve those while maintaining neutrality. Make some sense? If not, let's look into the details and hopefully it will become more and more clear as we look into this content. Now, this is like a group of people looking at some problem or trying to find out a vision for doing something. It's like they are having some discussions, and this is the area which they are talking about. Probably for an example's sake, we can say this is a problem and all of them are thinking about it or working on it. Now, if you are a facilitator for this particular work, what is your goal? So as a facilitator, you want these people to do something, and you do it by doing something. So what I want as a facilitator, I want these people to be open. They should be open to appreciate each other's ideas. I am focusing on how they are thinking and behaving for this particular discussion. So I want to ensure that they are open to talk about various ideas. They are open to share their ideas. Now, many times, if we don't provide a proper group thinking process, many of these participants will do self-censorship. They have something to say, but they think that, okay, I may look stupid if I share this, and this may result into you cut that information inside your head. Now, as a facilitator, my goal is that you don't do that. I ensure that you bring ideas because I make other people open. So they are open to listen to your ideas rather than criticizing it or shooting it out. So I need to create that environment where this can happen. I primarily need to make these guys think about the problem. So I make them think. I don't think for them. I make them think. This problem is solved by them, not by me. And how do I contribute here is, I provide a structure which focuses on making them think. I ensure that they collaborate. They collaborate when they are talking to each other. They listen to each other, listening. They solve their problem. They take decisions. They solve their own problem. Now, this is my goal. This is a goal of facilitation. Now, how do I achieve this goal? What should I do as a facilitator so that people, the participant in a group discussion, end up achieving these things? So my first and foremost thing is I need to set up the process. So my game in this particular exercise is I make them agree on, okay, this is the way we will collect the ideas, this is the way we will talk about the ideas, this is how we will give each other an opportunity to talk about it. Then I will help them to find out how do they evaluate ideas and finally come to some conclusion. So the ideas are there. It is more like that I put a container. So just for an imagination you can think of, I put multiple buckets. I say this is a bucket where we put up the first level of idea. Just an example. Then there is another bucket which says, okay, we will look at all the ideas and some of these ideas we will take into the second bucket. And this is how we will go. And by the time we reach to a third bucket, we should have the final ideas, final decisions to be made. So what you did here is, you are not putting those ideas. You only created a process in agreement with them that, okay, we have 4 levels of filtration, and after the 4th level, the things will get finalized. So this is what you do. You set up the process, or you help this whole group to set up the process, and this is your work. So you are making them do these things by doing this part of work. So you are doing this. You are setting up the process. Now, the other thing you do is you stay away from the content. Now, many times as a facilitator, you may get a feeling that, okay, I need to tell them what is right for the first bucket. I need to tell them what is right for the second bucket. Now, if you are doing it, you are getting inside the content. You are not the content owner when you are playing a facilitator here. You are a container owner. So you are more owner of a process and you stay away from the content. You remain neutral from the content. You definitely help each other to appreciate what they are talking. You make them realize what they are speaking. So you make them content aware, but you don't put your content inside it. You definitely do a validation of their ideas. So whenever somebody put up something, you can definitely raise a question that is this something you wanted to say? You can make other people validate the ideas, but you don't put your ideas in it. You can challenge the ideas, but you don't put your ideas in it. Now, this looks very simple, but many times this becomes the hardest thing for a manager to do. How can a manager or a facilitator remains quiet where his team is discussing about something, and we have always urged to make some contribution. We want to add value by giving some ideas. Now this value addition urge may start cooling down when you start believing in your team members' capability. So as a facilitator, you believe that these guys has all the skills, all the knowledge required to solve this problem. You just need to make them think, share ideas, collaborate with each other, put a structure in place, listen to each other's ideas so that they can move to something. Rather than doing job for them, you need to believe in their own capability. And this is what you do which helps them to do a good work. You also ensure that you invite the right people. Now sometimes you are discussing about an issue and there are not sufficient capabilities and views in the group to take the appropriate actions. So this is more like a pre-meeting time or this job is something like you do before the interaction among them, brainstorming or facilitated workshop gets started. So you also need to ensure as a facilitator that there are right people who are needed for this type of discussion. So this is you do. You ensure that you have your own self-awareness. So you focus on self-awareness and self-management. You know where are my strengths. You know whenever the urge to get things or urge to add value is coming in. So you can manage it, and you also understand if I do add value, these people will start taking back step, and that will result into that I might be solving a problem, but which is not the right thing because they are the one who can solve the problem in a better way. But you can definitely provide support while this discussion is happening, support of recording the ideas, filtering the ideas, facilitating by way of organizing the content, organizing the thoughts as they are coming while these guys are doing the discussion. So this is what you do, and you do this so that your participants can do a good problem solving and thinking for a given problem. So if I read the definition again, hopefully now it will make good sense. Facilitation is helping a group identify common objective and offering group process to achieve those while maintaining neutrality.